Special guests, interviews, haunting stories, creatures of the unknown, and tales that will chill you to the bone. Brought to you by the UPRN Network and Pittsburgh Paranormal Society. Take a walk into the night with Shawn Kelly.
Yay! Good evening, everybody. This is Shawn Kelly from Into the Night. How is everybody doing tonight? I am doing great. Couldn't be better. Couldn't be better. I'm going to try something different tonight for the show. Tonight, I want to bring up animal spirits. But before I get into that, I just want to say that everything's going okay for me, and I hope everything's going okay for you. And I don't know. I've just been like really happy, and it's been a while. You know, last week was a little better, but this week it's a heck of a lot better. You know, so we're going to see where it takes me. You know, I still pray for you all. I still think of you all, and we're going to see what happens. And just, I don't know. Just, I'm happy. I'm a happy person today. And I want to thank all my listeners for listening to my show. And I also want to, for all the people who go to SoundCloud and download my show, that's nice. It makes me feel really good. Before I start again to the topic, we are on UPRN Radio 105.3 out of New Orleans. You can catch the show on my Facebook page, Into the Night. And we'll see what goes on today. So, animal spirit guides. I do readings, and I do go to psychic fairs, and I do readings, but I don't use a tarot deck. I use what you call the animal medicine cards. And the animal medicine cards are really cool. First of all, they're not intimidating at all. To me, they're not intimidating to the people who I read for. And what I mean by what the cards do is each animal has a different reason why it's in your life for that day. And we're just like, or it's really crazy because when I would do a reading and I pull up 3 cards, it actually shows what's happening right now in your life. But right now I don't have my cards, so I would pull one up or a couple up, and maybe it might happen that you might understand why you see these animals. You know, what got me into the animal medicine cards was when I first started learning about spirituality, when I started learning to meditate. I felt comfortable using, dealing with the animals, the trees, the forest, all the good stuff. That's calm, Like for me, in the Dead Sea Scrolls, you have the book of who was it? Thomas. Okay. And St. Thomas always believed that, I always wondered, why do I need to go to a 4-wall building with other people in order for God to love me, or whoever you believe in to love? And to me, I took that to heart. And the reason being, this is my own personal thing, is that I felt very uncomfortable being in the church. I'm not going to get into it. It's a really touchy subject for me. So, but I found out that I could go out in the woods. I can go by a stream. I can go anywhere where there is wildlife, where there is like all kinds of rocks and flowers and trees and stuff like that. And to me, I got a better connection to my higher power, who I will say is God, and it just makes me feel better. Just give me a couple hours out in the woods, and I'm feeling great. But as I was starting my meditation, learning how to meditate, um, there was I was in the bookstore one time, and I was looking at all the books, and literally this book jumped out and into my hands. And the name of the book was Black Elk, Lakota Sioux Shaman. And so I bought it and I started to read it. And I felt really, really, really comfortable reading it. It helped me understand the different sides of, of believing in something, believing that if you wonder about animals, what their meanings or their purposes are for. Um, and in all the lessons that I read and I learned through that book, my life became a lot easier. You know, um, the one, the the God that I was raised with, I had a problem with, and I'm sorry if there's any um, Catholic people out there, Catholicism, whatever. They and this is just for me. It's not you guys at all. It's just me. And I just did not have a good feeling. I didn't get that feeling, that communication, that spirituality through there to where, like I said before, when I was out there with the animals and trees and plants and flowers, I did. So it was a pretty instrumental thing in my life. Um, there was a lot of things that I did that I learned because it was crazy. Because I always saw cats pass in front of me. Okay. And then I would see like squirrels, and then I would see mice, and then I would go see deer, you know. And I was wondering, why am I seeing all these animals for? What's going on? And I really didn't understand. I know that whenever the animals would look at me, I could feel like it was communicating with me. And that made me very, very, it triggered me. I'm having a hard time with words tonight, but it was interesting because I thought, like I said, that the animal was talking to me. And I'm telling you what, come to find out as years went by with the learning to meditate, that they actually were. Okay. But before I continue this, I wanted to share a story with you. Me and my ex-wife, we divorced. I was living over in, it's called Pleasant Hills. And South Park isn't too far away from there. So what I did was every Saturday, I would have my son, and he was 7 or 8 years old. And we would go out to South Park. And when you come to the entrance of South Park from the back end, there's this bend that goes around like this, And he used to say all the time, he would say, great mystery, can I please see a deer? And he would say that. And you know what? There would be a deer as we made that bend, And he would just get so excited. And we just stop and look at it. Maybe did it communicate? No, or whatever. But knowing the feeling that he asked for a deer, so he could see a deer, and it was there. So there is an intuitive thing with animals and people, but we're really, really closed-minded about it. If you would just take time and if you see, like a possum, walk past you, or you see like even a turtle. Okay, there's a reason why that animal is there right now in your life, and they all have different meanings. They have a lot of different meanings, and tonight I want to share some with you. I'm going to share you mine. Now there are a lot of big, powerful animals in my life right now. My spirit, my animal guides, and I just it's not that I want them in my life. It's because they're actually in my life for a reason. And as time goes on, um, I can understand why they're there. Okay. Now, some of them come in for a while and then some of them leave and another animal pops in, which I think is pretty cool, you know. Um, so, okay, now we all both, all of us have animal spirit guides. We do. Okay. And our two main ones is our alpha and our female side. The female energy and the male energy, the alpha and the female. And mine, male, is a wolf. Okay. And the story behind that was when I was learning how to meditate, I went into a meditation and Black Elk saw me. He came to me, as he always did. And we walked onto this lake, and there were mountains all around this lake. And it was really dark out with all the stars in the sky. And as we were sitting there, we didn't speak to each other. We just sat there. And then all of a sudden, two dolphins come out of the lake, just like this come on. And Black Elk said, go. He pointed to the lake. He said, you go. Now, this is my meditation. Okay, this is my meditation, and this is what happened to me. So as I was walking out in the water, the two dolphins came under my arms, like this, and they started to take me underwater. And I'm like freaking out because I'm thinking I'm going to drown. Because when meditations are, it's like you're actually there. And so as I was going down in the water, I saw all kinds of fish. I saw all kinds of sea life. It was pretty cool. And so finally, the dolphins took me down to the middle of the earth. Okay, it was like a little opening like this, which was protected by great white sharks. And so I'm thinking, we're dead. That's a great white, we're dead. But it was crazy because as we swam closer to the hole that was in the core of this earth, they just moved away. They swam away. And so as the dolphins dropped me off, I walked into this hole and I saw big, like stalagmites. I don't know if you know what they are, but they're like rocks out there, and look it up, stalagmites. And as I was walking, all of a sudden, this little pup, it looked like a dog, this pup came up to me and started playing with me. I petted it, and wherever I went, the pup followed. So I'm walking this trail with the pup by my side, and then I come to an opening, and there she was, standing there. And that was Mother Earth. Okay. And I sat down, and we talked. I'm not going to get into that. We talked, and then she said to me, this little pup is a wolf pup. And that's my gift to you. This wolf pup will never leave you. He will always be by your side. And so I was like, wow, this is crazy. This is really, really crazy. But I had that sense of a feeling of very relaxed, like nothing was going to hurt me. And I felt very comfortable with this little wolf pup. So as I thanked her, I went back with the pup and back onto the dolphins, and we went back to shore. And there was black elk waiting for me. And we sat there and we talked a little bit, and I had this little wolf pup, and he said, "Now, are you going to name this wolf pup?" I said, "I want to call him Lakota." And Black Elk kind of like smiled because he was like, "Good call." It was a good call on my part for mentioning that. I wanted to name him Lakota. And to this day, Lakota has never left my side. He's big, he's bad, he's powerful, and whatever spirit tries to come in on me, Lakota's there with his boys, and they protect me. And so, to me, my alpha was the wolf, Lakota. Okay, and with the wolf, it's the teacher. The meaning behind the wolf is the teacher. It teaches you to build self-confidence. It teaches you how to deal life on life's terms. The wolf teaches you about family, okay, how important family is, because in the wolf pack they have a hierarchy, and everyone takes care of everybody. All the wolves take care of the other wolves, and to me, I guess it was a calling to me. I guess this wolf was, sent to me, and I'm cool with it, because in the business with hunting ghosts, okay, we run into some really, really bad ghosts. And so Lakota's there to protect me. Now, my alpha, the alpha was Lakota. Now to my female animal guide. I didn't know who it really was until one day, again, I was out in the park, and I saw a red-tailed hawk. Yeah. And wherever I went, that hawk followed me. I wasn't really paying attention. I just saw it following me, and I'm thinking, I cleared my mind, as I usually do, and I got a message from the hawk. And to this day, the red-tailed hawk has never left, because there's a lot of times when I'm out there, I look up and there's a hawk, and they are very, very beautiful animals. Now, according to the medicine cards, the animal medicine cards, the hawk is a messenger, and what the hawk is there for is to remind me, to watch out for all the signs that are going around me, because there's a lot of signs, like, for instance, if I'm thinking of something, a song will come on the radio, or like, I'm walking, looking at the newspaper, and all of a sudden this crazy story about something comes up, and I can relate to it. And so the hawk's meaning is the messenger, okay? And basically, for me, is when I sit and I talk to the hawk, all right, I give it a message, and it takes it all the way up, to God. And he relays the message to God, and then God comes down and relays the message what he had to say to the hawk. But I know that they are very, very powerful animals, and I feel very, very comfortable with them. I feel safe. I really, really do feel safe. And I mean, there were a couple times that me and Lakota went blow to blow, because they're, it's like a big fight, sometimes, how egos get in the way and stuff like that. But I was truly grateful for having Lakota and the red-tailed hawk. I never named a hawk, you know. This is pretty, and I got a little story to tell you about the hawk. So I'm sitting on my front porch and I'm panning for gold on my front porch, and I look up and there's a hawk, and it's looking at me. And I said hello, and it just looked at me. And I'm thinking, okay, there's a message going to be coming up pretty soon, and I need to know what it is. And I didn't get a message, but but I respected the hawk, and I thanked it for its presence and stuff like that. But the next day, what was crazy, there was a mouse on my car. The hawk gave me a present. It was a mouse. It was crazy, and that somehow is mouses are part of my animal guides. So it's like it's cool. So what I want to share with you tonight is my animal guides that stay with me. Okay. And the first one is the horse. Okay. And it's not like I go out and looking for horses or horses don't see me. They came into my meditation. And that's what I want to do tonight. Whoever's listening, I'd like to do a meditation and see if we cannot find out who your animal guides are. I mean, you hopefully will do it, and hopefully, you'll find out some answers and stuff like that. But we'll see what happens. Everyone's willing to see, to find out. So I have the power. The horse needs power, which means it can travel long distance. Even though I'm 60 years old and old, I still have the power inside me to continue to travel and do things in which I need to do. The other one is the eagle. Okay. And with the eagle, that's like the high main animal. Every now and then I'll see an eagle, and like I said, he isn't my alpha one. The wolf is, so the eagle. And he just gives me messages just like the hawk does, Let's see. And also with the eagle, especially at the beginning of my ghost hunting and my meditations and stuff, working with the spiritual side of things, the eagle would give me courage. It would give me courage. It would push me and push me and push me to get to another level so I can learn more, so I can do more. And I'm grateful for that. Now the deer, I got the deer. And that, it's gentleness. The deer's meaning is gentleness, which means for all the bad that has happened to me in all my life, and even today, the deer is there to heal my wounds. And I do see a lot of deer, The deer also is for family. You know how the doe takes care of the fawn and the little bucks, gentleness, loving, caring. And I needed that at the beginning. And even today, I still need that. So whenever I'm like really, not in a good mood, am I hurting or whatever, the deer's there, deer will pop up. And I know that it's there to heal my wounds or kind of get me out of my anger issues and get me back into being normal, which is cool. And then there's the bear. And I like the bear a lot. Okay, I like the bear. And the reason why I like the bear is because, as you know, in the wintertime, the bear hibernates. Okay. And whenever the bear hibernates, it sleeps. I wish I could sleep. I don't sleep that well. But the meaning behind the bear is introspection. And an introspection basically is um, to think deep inside you, you know, think about any situation that's coming up, you know, the good of it, the bad of it, and it makes you think. And instead of thinking with your brain, you think down in your heart. Okay, and that's what the bear there's for. And then I got the mouse, the mouse, and the mouse is scrutiny. And yes, they look everything is looked through a magnifying glass with the mouse. And I do that. And what the mouse is there to teach me is to really open my eyes and to see my surroundings, not so much nature-wise, but every little situation that's occurring. Instead of taking everything for granted, I it makes me look and see what are the little things behind the situation, and that's what the mouse is for. And every now and then, okay, I pick up on the butterfly. You know, when it gets warmer, I see butterflies. And there's 4 stages to the butterfly. And right now I got my wings. Okay. And butterflies come to me a lot. And if maybe I'm wrong, let me, I want to look this up a little bit. But I got my animal medicine book here. So please bear with me on this as I look, do a little bit of reference. Okay. Let's see. We're almost there. Yeah, it's transformation. And it just brings us to the air. It observe your position in cycle of transformation. You're always at a certain station of life activities. Like there's 4 stages to the butterfly now. And I am quoting this from the medicine card book. I think the author, let me find out who the author is. As you can tell, Jamie Sands. Jamie Sands and David Carson. This is from their book, so I'm quoting them. And if you look closely at what the butterfly is trying to teach you, will realize that it's never-ending cycle of self-transformation. The way to discern where you are in this cycle is to ask yourself, is this the egg stage? Is it just a thought or an idea? Is this the larva stage? Do I need to make a decision? Of course I have to make a decision. And it's crazy because with the thought, and I'll just put this into perspective, think of me doing podcasts, doing radio shows, okay? I thought about it for the longest time and nothing was happening until Jenny Nicasio, she sent me a message, said, do you want to do a radio show? And yeah, I was on Chasing Prophecy. And then in the Lord, do I need to make a decision? And at that time, when she sent me that, I made that decision to do that. I made that decision to go on Chasing Prophecy with her. And now, in the cocoon stage, am I developing and doing something to make my idea a reality? And look at me right now. I mean, I got my own radio show along with Chasing Prophecy. It's cool. So all these butterflies that I saw last summer, I was wondering, what the hell's going on? What the hell's going on? And then in the burst, am I sharing my completed idea? And my completed idea is I'm talking to you today. And that's what the butterfly is for. So if you ever see a butterfly, you have to sit down and relax and close your eyes and open your mind to see why that butterfly is there. So it's pretty interesting. Now, like the mouse, he'll leave, and then all of a sudden the squirrel will come around. And with the squirrel, what they do is they gather all their nuts for the wintertime. So being a squirrel, Okay, with the scroll puffs in, that means I have to get everything in order and gather all the information that I need in order to present the show for you tonight. Thank you, Jenny. Thank you, Elizabeth. Thank you. And so that's where I at with the animals. But tonight I want to do a meditation with you. Okay. Um, I do teach this meditation to people. I give them meditations to, to see what animals they have. So I hope everybody's ready for it. I'm going to grab a drink real quick. And ready to go. Okay, first thing I'd like you to do is to close your eyes. Close your eyes. You can be in a room, you can be in your bed, you can be anywhere, but just close your eyes and start breathing. Start taking deep breaths and holding, and slowly releasing the air. Take another deep breath, and then slowly release it. And then totally take another deep breath, then release it. What I want you to do as your eyes are closed, I want you to clear your mind of everything. Just completely clear your mind. Like nothing in the brain. Just completely clear. I'll give you a couple seconds to do that. Okay. Now, with your eyes being closed, I want you to go to the light that's there. It's a little pinhole light, like that big. And I want you to start walking toward that light. And keep that, and keep the open mind. There's nothing to worry about. This is a very, very safe meditation. And as you're walking toward the light gets brighter and the hole opens up and becoming big, bright, white light. Real big. And as you continue walking to the light, go through the light, walk through the light. And now that you walk through the light, do you see the meadow? A meadow. There's a tree line with trees. There's flowers, green grass. A very serene, peaceful place. I'll give you a couple minutes for you to actually absorb the peace that is there and all the beautiful scenery and stuff like that. But just remember, this is a meditation and you can't get hurt. You cannot get hurt in this. Okay. Now, what I would like you to do is, as you scan the meadow, you're going to come to a big rock in the middle of the meadow. Go ahead, find a rock, and head on over toward the meadow. I'm sorry. I got that mixed up. Just go to the rock. And I want you to sit on the rock. And as you're sitting on the rock, I want you to look into the sky. And there's going to be a bird that comes down. So keep looking. for the bird to come down. Now that bird could be an eagle, that bird could be a sparrow, it could be a hawk, it could be a blue jay, it could be a cardinal. But wait for the bird to come down. And as you're waiting for the bird, have an open mind. Have an open mind. Because if you have a closed mind on this, then the bird's not going to come down. So you really need to open up your minds. Okay, now the bird has come in front of you. It landed. Now what I would like you to do is get on the back of the bird, and the bird is going to take you where you need to go and where you need to see. So when you're on that bird, you're not going to fall. You're going to hold on, and you're going to open your eyes, and you're going to see all the places this bird's taking you to. It could be a situation where you need to move here or go do something there. Something, just let the bird fly. Let it fly. Make sure you keep your eyes open. And just enjoy it, because it's a beautiful sunny day. No one's going to get hurt. You're not going to get hurt. And you can breathe fresh air. Breathe fresh air. I'm on the back of my hawk. That's where I'm at. Now, the bird's going to take you back down to the rock again. Now, get off the bird and make sure you thank the bird for taking you where you need to go. And I want you to sit back up on the rock again, but facing the tree line. I hope you thank the bird. And little piece of advice whenever you go into a meditation and whatever animal or spirit guide or angel that you're with, always make sure you thank them for taking you on this little journey. Okay, now what I want you to do is face the tree line. And whatever animal comes out of that tree line is your animal guide. Could be a mouse, it could be a squirrel, could be a chipmunk, could be a monkey, could be a wolf, an elephant. Whatever animal is supposed to be part of your life, to be part of your path, will be coming out of the woods. I hope you're enjoying this so far. I hope you're getting the calm sensation and, just feeling good about yourself. Just look for those animals coming out. Now there's going to be an animal that's going to come out of the woods and walk right up to you. And that animal will be your alpha animal. And now another animal is going to come up, and it's going to be your female animal. These two animals are going to be with you the rest of your life. They're going to be on the same path you are. They're going to protect you wherever you go. And so now that you know you got your animals, hopefully you can write them down when we're done with this meditation. And what you need to do is go and look up what each animal meaning is. And you can Google it too. You can Google your animal totem, and it will give you why it's there with you. So what I want you to do is close your eyes. I want you to take deep breaths. And I want you to count back from 3 and open your eyes. 3, 2, 1. Open your eyes. Welcome back, everybody. I hope you enjoyed the meditation. And I hope that you got some answers why the animals were there. Don't forget, okay? Don't forget that you need to write down the animals that you saw and Google them and just say, like, what is the horse, or like, what was the bear? Why did the bear come in my meditation? And you Google that and it will tell you why. And what's really crazy about this is that when you read the definition or the reason why the bear is there for you, okay, it like brings out a light bulb. A light bulb. Ah, so that's why. And this is what I'm going through. And so I saw that mouse in my meditation, and boy, all right, that is so true, because I scrutinize everything. I scrutinize it. Or I saw that squirrel gathering nuts because I like to gather information. So yeah, that whatever animal is there, you know, it's there for a reason. Now, all the animals besides the 2 horse, or the 2 alpha and female animals that came to you up to the rock, all the other animals are going to go away and new ones will pop in. Okay. So when you're out in the public, or if you're out in the woods, wherever, and you come across a cat, a house cat, look up the meaning for the raccoon. And usually I can guarantee it, that animal that you saw that day, that made itself known to you, there is a meaning why something's going on in your life right now to help you deal with it. So you're not alone. You're not alone at all with this. Sure, we got spirit guides and we got angels, but we don't ever forget the animals, because the animals are more important. Animals, they just make you feel good. They make you feel good. I like to recommend a book that I use often. And the name of the book is called Animal Speak. Animal Speak. and the author is Ted Andrews. And it's a great book because what it does, it has every animal in the book that you can think of, and it gives it a reason why, what the reason or the definition of the animal, of any animals. If you, seriously, if you can, pick up that book, and it will help you out tremendously. And I just want to say thank you for joining in this meditation. I've been seeing a lot of animals lately, and I figured this would be a decent topic to bring up. So, if you have any questions, feel free to drop me a message at Facebook on the Pittsburgh Paranormal Society Facebook page, and I'll be more than happy to answer that for you. You're welcome, Rhonda. I'm glad you enjoyed it. That was really nice. Thank you. Made me feel good. But we're going back down to the Buxton Inn, February 19th. And we're going to hold the investigation again for the people who are staying there. It was fun the last time. It was really a lot of fun. Didn't really get too much evidence on it. I got, some video of the K2 going, and Jason caught a couple pictures. I, caught some orbs flying on my trail cam, which was pretty decent. And if you have trail cam, and I want to thank Restaurant for telling me that, you can either set that to pictures or you can set that to video. And so instead of taking pictures, I set it to video. And I like it. It's a little 15-second video of something walking in front of the camera. And what I like about the trail cam is all you have to do is find a place, turn it on, and let it go. Because what it does, it picks up, it's like a motion camera. So when anything walks in front of that camera, it automatically picks it up and it starts recording. And I've gotten a lot of good evidence through that, So hopefully in Tuesday, the 19th, that when we go down, we're going to get some more. I'm looking forward to it. Their food is outstanding. My God, they got the best food in the world down there. And it's not expensive at all. And the people down there are really, really nice. The rooms are cool. The room we stayed in is like one of the original rooms that when the inn was built. It was really cool. It just got that old time feeling, like you're actually in one of them old houses. Like I have a friend up in Gettysburg. She was living in one of them houses that were built in the 1863 during the war up there. And oh my God, it's great. It really is. It's crazy though, the steps that they back then, people weren't big back then, they were small, okay, and not too wide like I am. So walking up the steps are like about this big. I mean, there were part of the steps where I had to turn and walk up sideways a wee bit because it was too big to walk up the steps. But we're getting close to that time for the witching hour. I want to remind you that you can catch me, Jenny, Jason, and Trish on Chasing Prophecy Tuesday nights, 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Central, on UPRN Radio 105.3. And Trish, she got her own show. It's on Monday nights on UPRN Radio 105.3. And I think it's called The Missing Piece. Okay. And her show starts at 9 and it goes to 10 Eastern and Central from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. And she's doing a good job. I actually sat in on a couple of her shows and it's pretty interesting. you get a whole new concept of things. And that's what I like about radio, and doing this, because when you listen and watch other shows, it's not so much that you get ideas what you want to do, but you can see different perspectives of other people's on different subjects, which I think is great, you know. So if I need you, it's time for me to go. So I want to thank everybody for watching, and I hope everybody enjoyed that meditation. And on that, good night. Happy hunting. Now we gotta wait for Joe. So, how was everybody's day today? You too, Veronda. Thank you for joining. Jenny, thank you for coming on too. It was really nice that you said that. Thank you. So let me see. We're getting kind of. Let's see what time is it? 12:06. That's okay. Let me go text him. He's a good dude. Joe's a good dude. He's a good producer. He's a good friend. You know. Yeah, I just texted him. Let's see. So I hope everybody enjoyed their their meditation. And I don't know what I'm going to have for next week. Maybe something good, maybe different ideas of some sort. But life is good today. Life is really good. I'm looking forward to my day off tomorrow. And so we'll see what happens. He must be busy, so I'm still staying live until